In 2004, my parents told us kids that if we heard gunfire, it was time to come inside. I was 13, and by this time we had become acclimated to living in the chaos of Haiti. My name is Kristian Snow, and this is SnowKon. Kon, or should I say kon, is a Haitian word that means horn, like a ram's horn that you blow in to announce something. In the broad sense, I'm a filmmaker and a producer. But more specifically, what I do is empower Haitians to define their virtues, and I am doing it through entertainment media. I'm going to be sharing all sorts of fun, crazy, and interesting stories from growing up in Haiti, and I will be discussing tough dilemmas I have faced in my experiences as a third culture kid. Like that time when I was interviewing a witch doctor and he said he could hire the spirits to assassinate someone. I got that on camera. But there will be times you will disagree with me, and I will be sharing things that even I look back on and I regret. Because how are we as Americans going to know our blind spots unless someone who's been there talks about it? I have one foot in America and another in Haiti, and this gives me a unique advantage of being able to see the full picture. And while I have been helping Haitians for years understand the American culture, this is the first time I'm actually helping Americans understand the Haitian culture. But it's much broader than that. This is a talk about virtues and beliefs and how they form. So, if this content helps you form your worldview, please like, comment, and subscribe. But do not come here to agree with me. My opinions is merely part of the context, and I doubt you will always agree with the opinions I have formed.
Boop.
Now, at this home that we lived in St. Mark, Haiti, there was a time that we had free-range chickens. I was about 14, 15 years old, and my mom would send me into the market once a week to go buy chicken seed. Haitian markets are filled with chaos. There are pigs in wheelbarrows, goats are wandering around trying to find clever ways to steal mouthfuls of rice out of bags, and many of the vendors are crying out things like, "Pain, achetez pain, 5 good. $2, $2, achetez carotte, $10, chiclette, $2, $2, chiclette, achetez carotte, pain." I was still learning the Haitian Creole language, so it was very difficult for me to figure out in all this chaos how to find this vendor that I was looking for, and eventually I did. She was in this very packed room that was surrounded by noisy mills that were grinding seeds into powder, and there were maggots on the floor. So she measured the chicken feed with this big tin can, and she made sure it was like overflowing out of the tin can before she'd pour that into my bag. I went home, everything was good, and this went on for a few weeks. Then the prices increased. Now other people were confirming that goods in the market were going up, so I didn't question it. Well, the following week, she says again, the prices are still going up. And I go with it. And then next week she tells me, oh, the prices are still going up, but don't worry, I've got the cheapest price. I didn't know how to find someone else, and I kept paying those high prices. Until finally my mom found a new vendor, and this lady lost her client. This lady made profits off of my ignorance because she had a cultural advantage. But she didn't understand that she was actually losing money because she lost a long-term customer. End of the story. We have countries in the world like Japan that don't have that many natural resources, and yet they're still able to flourish. Then we have countries like Ukraine or Haiti that has lots and abundant of natural resources, but something isn't working. Now, the argument for Haitians is that this is due to the long-term greed and oppression from the white man. And there is truth to this. Then there are Americans who say, well, Haiti's poor because they lack education and infrastructure. And there's truth to that. But both of these claims don't make sense to what I've seen, because as Richard Feinberg explains, since 1990, the international community has allocated over $5 billion to this small country, yet Haiti remains a desperately impoverished, fragile state. So although right now there's a lot of extrinsic support, I'm not seeing the internal support that Haiti needs. All right, back to the merchant story. This lady was profiting from the white man's greed in a business that is infrastructure. It's good for the country. The real problem was that I didn't know how to navigate this market to find a better seller. And that cultural barrier allowed her to take advantage. You see, what I think it comes down to is not white man's greed or a lack of education. The real culprit that's hiring these henchmen is accountability. The Japanese are accountable to their honor. Americans are accountable to their career and wealth. Even Christians like myself are accountable to God. And we even believe that without God, we'd all be sinners. But no matter where you are, when mankind does not have accountability to something, we fail to define virtue and uphold it. And when two very different cultures collide, one of the after effects is these giant holes and gaps in that accountability. The idea of cultural barriers creating pockets of lack of accountability is a key principle I want to bring up through these stories. And don't worry, my stories are going to be a lot more interesting than buying chicken feed. My next episode, I am actually going to talk about that very strange and special interview I had with a witch doctor. So if you want to follow me through this adventure, please aimez, commentez, et subscribe. Achetez carottes! That was terrible. Like, comment, and subscribe. There's a noise outside. You hear it? Someone's carrying a garbage can. No big deal.